This video is going to walk you through the MLA 9th edition style of how to cite a film or movie. I've copied the template here, and I got that from the Little Seagull reference guide. When you are creating a citation, always make sure that you start with a template, and I would always encourage you to start with a template that you found from a trustworthy reference guide and not something that you've memorized in your head. So first you want to begin with the title of the film. For our purposes, I'm going to work through the example Prey, which is a 2022 film in the Aliens vs. Predator warehouse or collection. So Prey is the title of the film, and I'm going to put that in italics. When our template says roll by, we want to specify specifically the type of role. We might say directed by, we might say performances by, we might say screenplay by, and really the roles that we choose will really be dependent on what it is you're going to emphasize within your paper. So if you are emphasizing specific characters or specific roles in the film, then I would encourage you to write performances by. However, if you're going to maybe be analyzing the film to talk about a certain director's style, then you might want to instead provide who directed the film. Here, for our purposes, I'm just going to give two of the performers' names, Amber Midhunter and Dakota Beavers. The next thing that you'll notice is that we're looking for the production company. And sometimes there'll be multiple studios, but you can just name one of the bigger studios. So for this film, it was 20th Century, and it came out in 2022. For movies, you can just identify the year that it was released. What I've also included in this citation, because there are two options for citing a film, you can have just the film itself and you would end your citation here. This is assuming that you purchased a copy or possibly went to the movie theater and watched it. However, many of us watch our movies through streaming services, and so I wanted to add that as something else that you would need to include in your citation. And again, you can see this in the reference guide that we're using in class. So for this example, we could assume that maybe it was watched on Hulu, and then we can provide the title of the streaming service, and that's a container, so we're going to put it in italics. And then we can provide the URL for where we would access that information. You have two options here. You can provide the URL if you're looking at maybe an app on your phone and not watching something from an actual website on your computer. You can provide the URL by just looking it up on Google, or for my purposes, what's fine with me is instead of providing the URL, you could say Hulu app after, you're letting me know that you watched it on Hulu, and instead of the URL, you're saying Hulu app. So that would be fine as well. Then you are all finished and you have a citation, and this is how you would cite a film in MLA 9th edition.